All right, hey guys, welcome to the Bootcamp Blueprint episode 4, how to sell PT or Bootcamp. Now, as we're waiting for people to jump online, I'm just going to run through the basis of what this is about, then we'll get started. Every Monday morning, 7:30 a.m., I do a live video in our community Facebook group, Fitness Education Online Community Facebook group, about something to help you grow your bootcamp. Okay, I also repurpose that and I put it on YouTube. I'm going to start putting it on a podcast, and I'm going to also put it on our Facebook page. So you could be watching this live or you could be watching it later. What I ask everyone to do who's watching this is just hit like and comment below. So if you're watching it live, just hit like and comment below. That way I know who's on here and I can interact with you. Even if you're watching it later, still hit like and comment below, because the more people that like and comment on this, the more people it's going to reach. So if you like and comment, it's going to help my reach, and it's also going to help other trainers watch this as well, and I want as many people to watch it as possible. Bronwyn, how are you going? All right, I'm going to get into it and we'll go from there. All right, now there's two, I should actually rephrase this. Everything I do is going to be my opinion. And hey, Amy, how are you? I'm never going to say that there's just one way to do something. All I'm doing is sharing with you the systems that I use and that work really well for me. So I'm going to say things like, this is what you should do, or this is what I do. But really, it's just my opinion. And, there's plenty of other ways, but I'm just going to share mine. KJ, how are you? Amy, how are you? All right. So any business, there's two ways to grow it or two ways to sell your stuff. There's the short-term game and there's the long-term game. Both of them are good. The short-term game is, let's use Bootcamp as an example. You're starting Bootcamp in a couple of weeks' time. So you put out a Facebook ad and you get as many leads as you can. And then you call all those leads and try and get them to start your program next week or the week after. That's what the short-term game is. The long-term game is longer strategies. That's when you get leads, but you email them every week or every day, or you post on your Facebook every day, or you post on your Instagram every day. And after someone's been following you for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, and they contact you and say, hey, I really like your stuff. I want to do your program. Okay, so there's two forms there. Just comment below and let me know if that makes sense so far. How there's two ways that you can sort of make those sales. There's the short term, which is when you get people then and there, or there's the long term, which is where you slowly put out content and then eventually they come to you. Now, they've both got their advantages and disadvantages. It's best to have both of them going and to maximize both of them. Like, say, for example, let's use that bootcamp where you're starting bootcamp next week. You want to put out a Facebook ad and generate as much leads as possible, and you want to call all those leads and get as many of them to register as possible. Say you do that, you get 10 new clients, beautiful. Simultaneously, you also want to email your email list, right? And say, hey, I'm starting bootcamp next week. Or you post it on your community Facebook group, hey, I'm starting bootcamp next week. And you want as many of those followers as possible or subscribers to contact you back and say, hey, yeah, I'm keen. Say you get 10 people from your email list, 10 people from that new Facebook list, Facebook lead, beautiful. You've now got 20 new clients. Perfect. Okay, let's say one of them fails, but the other one works, it's still good. Let's say no one signs up from that email that you sent out, but 10 people sign up from your Facebook ad, beautiful. At least you got 10 new clients. Let's say no one signs up from the Facebook ad, but 10 people sign up from the email list, beautiful. You've got 10 from there. Okay, so that's the advantage of doing both of them. A, if one of them fails, you've got the other one as a backup. And B, if both of them work, beautiful, you're laughing. Okay, so that's short term and long term. Both of them are always important. Marcus, how are you? Both of them are always important, but the short term I feel is a little bit more important, because that's what you need now to get things going. And if you don't have the short term going, you could struggle. It's almost like, how long can you hold your breath for, right? Let's say you're starting the bootcamp next week and you don't make any sales today. How long are you going to keep running that bootcamp for until you can it? Right? You might not have enough members now to play that long-term game. So that's where you always need the short-term going in. All right, so on that note, we're going to speak more about the short-term game. And sorry, the other advantage with the short-term game is, like, it's fair for anyone. The long-term game, that works better if you've already got 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people on your email list. If you don't have that, it's harder to generate those sort of long-term sales. All right? Anyways, so let's go with the short-term. Okay, the short term, the best way to make those short term sales is on the phone. And the other advantage to them as well is you make your cash now, which means you can then have a better program or you've got more options, right? The more sales you make today means that the more money you're going to have to spend on marketing and get even more clients, or the more money you've got to spend on your program and get more equipment or do more courses to help on your retention. Or you might have enough money to now hire another trainer on board and do one of your sessions and you take the time off. Okay, so it gives you more options if you make sales now. All right, now, a lot of people don't like sales, okay? A lot of people, they find it sleazy or they think they're going to be annoying or they don't like asking people for money. So what I want to do is just comment below if you're watching this and let me know if you've got any of those fears or if you've got, you know, a bad connotation about sales, just so I can sort of read them and hit off there. So yeah, comment below and let me know what you think on sales. All right, I'm going to give you a few mindset tips to help overcome any fears you might have, and then I'm going to also give you some practical strategies that you can implement. All right, so mindset wise, the most important thing is the belief in your program and the belief in value of your program. So whatever you're selling, you need to think that program is the most amazing thing in the world and it's worth double what you're charging for it. So let's say you're running a boot camp and you're charging $50 a week for it. It's got to be something that you would literally pay $100 a week for. All right. So whatever you're selling, let's do that boot camp's the example. Okay. You've got a boot camp that you're charging $50 a week for 12 weeks. You want to have so much value in there that you would literally pay $100 per week for it. And that will help you overcome that, I guess, fear, because you're now doing that person a favor. You're like, I've got this program that's worth $100 a week for 12 weeks, and I'm going to give it to this person for just $50 a week. They're getting an absolute bargain. Okay, so that's the first sort of mindset thing. You need to believe that your program is worth way more than what it's worth. And if you don't believe that, do whatever you can to make your program amazing so that you do believe it. Okay, comment below and let me know if that makes sense. That you want your program to be so much more valuable than what you're charging for it, and then it's going to be so much easier to sell. All right, the next point is the price wise. Okay, whatever you're charging, you need to make sure it is so much better than anyone cheaper than you. Okay, an example of that is where in my area, there's a gym where I think it's like $15 a week and you get as many, you can come whenever you want and you can do classes and whatever. So someone can always use that. They can say, hey, Jono, look, your stuff looks good, but why am I going to pay you $50 a week if I can just pay like $15 a week and go to this gym and do all these classes anyway? And I've got to have a response to that and be like, yeah, that's cool. You can do that. And that's awesome. The difference with my program is that it's a full program. So it's a 12-week program. And, you know, in week 2, we do the no sugar challenge. In week 4, we do the walking challenge. In week 6, we do bring a friend week. And week 8, we do this. And week 10, we do this. And week 12, we do this. You also get a copy of my basic nutrition guidelines. You also get a copy of my clean eating recipe ebook. You also get a copy of my at-home workouts. You've also got me as the head trainer who's got 10 years experience and a degree in exercise physiology. I also keep you accountable. So, you know, you tell me what sessions you go to, and if you don't come, you get a text message from me, blah, 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 blah. Okay? You give as much reasons as possible why you are so much better than anyone cheaper than you. Okay? And then same thing, the opposite, you've got to also say that anyone that's better than you, you're so much cheaper than. So let's go the other way, and someone might say, hey, Jono, look, this is what I want. I want someone who's going to write a program specific to me, and I want them to watch every single repetition that I do, and I also want them to write a specific diet just for me. And I also want them to keep me accountable for that diet as well. And I also want to have something else as well. Okay, and my response to that would be like, yeah, cool. Hey, look, that's not sort of what I do in my program. You can do that, but what you're probably looking for is to hire a personal trainer 5 times a week, which will probably cost you about $500, and also to hire a dietitian to write up that program, which will probably cost you an extra $100 a week. So that sort of program you're looking for is about $600 a week. I don't do that, but I do something very similar where you get this for just $50 a week. Okay, so it's that same thing where basically your reasoning is, hey, I'm so much better than anyone cheaper than me, and I'm so much cheaper than anyone better than me. All right, that they're the two philosophies where if you go in with, you're going to have so much more confidence. All right, comment below and let me know if that makes sense. And all that is really just belief about your program and that it is freaking awesome. All right, the next thing you need to believe is the prospect or the person that you're calling. Okay, a lot of people sort of think, oh, you know, I'm annoying this person, I don't want to bug this person. If you hit those first 2 points mindset-wise, all of a sudden it goes to you're helping that person. You know, hey, I can't wait to help this person. I've got the most amazing program. I want to help this person. And think of it from their point of view. Like most of advertising these days, for someone to enter their details, they've read your ad, they've clicked on your ad, they've entered in their name, number, email, and phone number, and they've hit learn more. All right? I mean, call me crazy, but in my opinion, if someone's done that, they're somewhat interested, or they're insane, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but what sane person would read your ad, open your ad, enter their name, number, email, and hit learn more if they weren't somewhat interested, right? So, you know, does that make sense? Where if someone enters in their name, number, email, and phone number, and they've read the ad, they're somewhat interested. So get rid of that whole thing where I'm going to annoy them or they might not be interested. If they've done that, they're interested. They might be a little bit harsh on the phone, but that's just because they've had such bad experiences, people bringing them up and giving bad sales pitches that they think you're going to do that. Okay? Just get out of that. Just use those two things. Your program is awesome, your value is awesome, and this person is genuinely interested or they're insane. Otherwise, they wouldn't have entered their name, number, email, phone number. You know, like comment below and let me know what you think. If you weren't interested in something, would you read an ad, hit learn more, enter your name, number, email, and phone number, and hit learn more? I would not do that if I was someone interested. If I wasn't interested. Okay? So hey, there's sort of some of the mindset stuff. Let's move on to then some more practical stuff. All right. Okay, just reading some of the questions here. I'll get to these questions here. All right. So yeah, I just read yours, Lindsay. I'll get to that in a sec. So the next thing there is some organization or some practical tips. Like, yeah, we've got that mindset, but how do we sort of put that into practice? The first thing is organization. So I've got a spreadsheet, just an Excel spreadsheet, and anyone that inquires, they go onto that Excel spreadsheet. Okay, with their name, number, email, and what day they inquired. I will call them and text them every day for 3 days. And that's when I don't give up, because then I still add them to my email list and they still get my emails and that. But that's when they're going to the long-term game. In terms of my short-term game, I call them and text them. As soon as they inquire, I call them as soon as I can. If they don't answer, I text them. Same thing the next day, same thing the next day. After 3 days, I don't give up, but they get out of my short-term game and go into my long-term game. Okay. The other important thing here is just time. Okay. So let's say, for example, I'm going to explain it like a numbers game. So let's say, for example, you get on the phone and your close ratio is 1 in 50. You have to call 50 people, and every 50 people you call, you make one sale. Easy. Just make 10 calls a day, Monday to Friday, and you get a new client every week. All right. Comment below and let me know if that makes sense. And it's actually going to get better than that, because if you constantly do that, if you constantly call 10 people a day, every day, Monday to Friday, you're going to get better at your sales script. You're going to get better at knowing when to talk and when to listen. You're going to get better at handling objections. No different to anything else. If you do something every day, your life, you're going to get better at it. Okay, so that's one sort of thing with sales. And then the other thing is, if you want to make even more sales, just make more calls. If you know your ratio is 1 to 50, all right, cool. I want 2 clients every week, so I'm going to make 100 calls a week. I'm going to call 20 people every day for a week. All right, and there's no reason not to call 20 people. Like with all the strategies on Facebook and Instagram, social media, everything, it's easy to get that many leads a day. It just depends how you want to go about it. Okay. And the other common thing a lot of people say is, oh, hey, I don't have time to make sales calls. And I don't buy that, because if you want to grow your business, that's like the number one thing that you got to do. It's like someone telling you, hey, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to exercise. I want to lose weight, but I don't have time to exercise. Good luck with that. You know, same sort of thing. Hey, I want to grow my business, but I don't want to make sales calls. Good luck with that. All right. So yeah, just comment below and let me know if you're with me with everything so far. And then I'm going to go into some practical tips about actually what to say when you're on the phone to make it so much easier and so much more comfortable. Okay, so just comment below and let me know where everyone's at so far. Now, my how do you get 50 new leads a week? All right, cool. We'll get to that, Louise. If we've got time, we'll get to that today. But just quickly, so Louise just made a question there, you know, how to get 50 new leads a week. There's multiple ways. You know, you use your Facebook community group, you use your Facebook ads, you use Instagram. Copy any of my stuff. Just go and see what I do on this community page to get leads. Go and see what I do on my Instagram to get leads. Go and see what I do on my Facebook ads to get leads. And then it's just a matter of finding what works and cranking that. Okay. Okay, so now let's get to some practical sort of tips with sales scripts. Now, I've obviously done a lot of training with sales, and I've got a sales coach, Gulliver Giles, who's one of the best in the world. And I don't want to give his whole sort of script away because it's his thing and I'm not going to rip off his thing, right? But I just want to give you some key pointers so that you can implement little bits of what he uses to help with your sales thing. All right. Now, we're going to start with the very first part of the sales call is when you ring someone up. Okay, this is what most people do. I'm just going to use, Carissa, I'm just going to use your name here just because it's the first one I see. It's nothing against you. It's just a name I see so I can use it. So there's someone watching, Carissa Willsmore. Okay, if I was going to call Carissa, or this is what most people would do. Hello, Carissa, this is Jono from Telstra. All right, when you do that, 90% of people are going to hang up in your face. Right? Because they just know, I'm not going to say 90%, but that's what I would do, sorry. So if someone rang me up and they're like, hi, it's Jono from Telstra. Bang, hang up. I don't want to hear a sales pitch. All right. So that's what I recommend you don't do. Don't just ring up and say, hey, it's Jono from so-and-so, because 90% of the time people think you're just going to pitch to them and annoy them. Okay. So this is the strategy I use. If I was calling Carissa, I would ring up. Hello, is that Carissa? Yes. Carissa Willsmore. Yes, who's this? Awesome. Just the person I'm looking for. Carissa, it's Jono from Fitness Education Online. How are you? All right. Now, there's a few things going on there. When you just ring up and say who you are, the person thinks that you're just going to make a pitch and sell to them. But if I use that there, if I'm like, hello, is that Carissa? Straight, the person is usually like, yeah, that's all right. Then I'm like, Carissa Willsmore. They're like, wait, this person knows my first name and my surname. What have I done? Am I in trouble? Who have I screwed over? Have I done something bad? They sort of get a little bit nervous and anxious. And then they're like, yeah. And then I'm like, awesome, just the person I'm looking for. Then even more so, they're like, oh no, what have I done? Am I on the radio? Is this person trying to prank me? I better be super nice. I don't want to do anything bad. Yes. And then I'm like, it's Jono from Fitness Education Online. How are you? Okay. So there's a few things going on there, but basically what you're doing is taking the power away from them and onto you. Because your goal on the sales call is to have a conversation with them and not to have someone hang up in your face. With that strategy there, no one has ever hung up on my face because they're just so curious to find out who I am and why I'm calling them and if they've won something or if they've done something bad. Okay, so comment below and let me know if you've got that. That's strategy number one, and it leads into the next thing. Because as soon as I say, Jono from Fitness Education Online, how are you? I feel there's just a whole sense of relief there. And they're actually happy that it's me calling them and not someone trying to sue them or whatever. Okay, so that just changes the whole dynamic of the sales calls, where all of a sudden they don't think I'm someone ringing up to annoy them. They're actually happy to hear from me. Okay, so comment below and let me know if that makes sense. And then the next step from there, once they've said, yeah, Jono, I'm good, thanks, how are you? Then I say, hey, awesome. Hey, look, Carissa, I'm giving you a call. I know you inquired about my boot camp, so I'm guessing that you're interested in improving your health and fitness. So I wanted to give you a buzz and introduce myself and just see, what are you up to these days with your health and fitness and what do you want to do? And if there's something I can do to help you out, then awesome. And if not, that's okay too. We can just have a chat and go from there. All right. The advantage to that there's a few things going on there as well, but the two major things that are going on is, number one, I'm speaking about them. Okay. I haven't mentioned anything about my program, and that's the other mistake people make straight away. They're sort of like, hey, look, this boot camp I saw you inquired for, it's $50 a week and you get this. That person doesn't care. All they care about is, can you help them out? Okay. Do you care about them? So just by asking about them and their goals, they're going to like you more, right? Because they get to speak about themselves. And usually, I'm not going to stereotype, but a lot of the time, a lot of people that inquire about these ads, they actually want someone to hear their story and hear the struggle that they're going through, because a lot of people just don't care. They go to a gym to sign up and they give them the tour of the treadmills and whatever. I don't care, okay? You want to get them talking about their goals. The other important thing with that script there, if you listened, was what I said was, hey, if there's something I can do to help you out, then awesome. But if not, that's cool too. We can just have a chat and go from there. That's a risk reversal. So what I'm basically saying is, hey, I'm not giving you a call to hard sell you into my program. I'm giving you a call to chat about you. And, if there's common ground and my program's going to suit you, then yeah, I'm going to sell it to you. But if there's not, that's okay. Let's just have a chat and go from there. Right? It just reverses that risk. And I've tried that both ways. I've tried saying that pitch Okay, I've tried saying that pitch without the risk reversal. I've tried saying, hey, just giving you a call to see if there's anything I can do to help you. And it's not as effective as saying, hey, just giving you a call to see if there's anything I can do to help you out. And if there is, beautiful. And if there's not, then that's okay too. We can just have a chat and go from there. Okay, it's that whole risk reversal there. And the advantage to that is it now takes you away from being pushy, right? All of a sudden you're not pushy, you're just having a chat to someone. And if you can help them out, awesome. If you can't, no dramas. All right, so comment below and let me know if you're with me there. Okay, but that part's important. And don't let someone bully you out of that. Don't let someone say, oh, I just want to know your prices, or I just want to send me an email with more info. You got to sort of be strong there and be like, yeah, hey, cool, I'd love to do that. Hey, just before we get into it, just quickly run me through, what are you doing at the moment? What have you done? What do you want to do? Okay. Now, at the end of there, what's important is that you summarize that. So whenever I'm on a sales call, I'm writing notes. I want to know exactly what this person's at, what they want to get to, why they're doing it. I want to know all of that stuff. And then once they're finished, I read it out to them as a summary. So I'm just going to use, Sarah, I'm just going to use your name here because it's there. So what I would say is, hey, Sarah, so let me get this right. You're currently not training anywhere. You've tried gyms before. You don't really like them because they're boring and you get intimidated going over to the weight section, and you don't like the treadmills and the cross trainers, and no one really gives you help, and no one really keeps you accountable. And what you want to do is you want like a fun, friendly group to train with. You want a trainer who actually cares about you. You want someone to keep you accountable. You want a bit of help with nutrition as well. Is that right? Okay. When you summarize it like that, there's a few things going on. A, it shows that you actually listened to what they said. Even if you did listen but you don't summarize it, they might not know that. But if you summarize what you said, they're like, wow, this person actually listened to every single detail I said and remembered it. This person actually cares about me. Okay, and the other thing there is you've almost summarized what they've said, because you have summarized what they've said, because a lot of people, when they talk, they just sort of waffle, and they don't even know what they want. But if you can summarize it in some dot points, they're like, wow, that's exactly what I want. Okay, and then from there, I'm going to wrap this up because I don't want this to drag on too long, but we'll just sort of go from there. If you can just hit those steps there, you're well in front to making a good sales call and making a sale. And what you would do from there is you would say, all right, so hey, Sarah, so if that's what you're after, then hey, I got good news. That's pretty much exactly what my boot camp is about. All right, we focus on this, and this. All right, I'd love to get into more detail for it, but I don't really have the time at the moment. But just a few key takeaways there. Number one is the mindset. All right, just make sure that when you're selling, you got to make sure that you believe in your program and it's the best thing out there and it's worth double the price that you're charging. All right, get that mindset in order. Then the mindset of the client, just believe that they are genuinely interested. No sane person would read your ad, hit learn more, enter their name, number, email, and phone number if they weren't potentially interested. All right, and then thirdly, get your structure in order. Say, hey, I'm going to spend an hour a day on sales. I'm going to make sure I get this many leads, and I'm going to either get my leads from Instagram, or I'm going to get them from my website, I'm going to get them from my Facebook community group, or I'm going to get them from my Facebook page, or I'm going to use offline strategies, or I'm going to call ex-clients, or I'm going to ask for referrals. Like, there's a million different ways to get leads. It's just whichever way you want to use. And then with your sales calls, just a few key takeaways. Don't ring up and be that annoying person from Telstra. Don't ring up, hi, it's Jono from Telstra, what can I sell you? Hello, is that Sarah? Sarah Skihan. Awesome, just the person I'm looking for. Sarah, it's Jono from Fitness Education Online. Just giving you a call. I know you inquired about our bootcamp courses, so I wanted to give you a call, and if there's something I can do to help you out, awesome. And if not, that's cool. Let's have a chat. So, run me through. What are you doing with yourself? All right? If you can just implement those things there, you're going to be way on track to getting way better on your sales. Anyways, that's today's video. If you liked it, just hit like so I know that you liked it. Any questions, comment below. I'll go through this later today anyway, and I answer all these particular questions and that sort of thing. We cover all this stuff in our bootcamp courses anyway, so if you want, I'll put the link below to our website, which has got all our courses, and have a good day.